Hi everybody, welcome back to Shock and Schlock. I'm your host, Herschel Gillis, and today we are going to be talking about the 2021 film Barf Bunny. So Barf Bunny is a film by filmmaker Jonathan Doe of cinema's Underbelly, the Uneasy Terrain Explorers Club podcast, as well as being the founder of Putrid Productions. Big fan of him as well. So I knew I had to check this out. It's the first entry in Jonathan's erotic grotesque nonsense series. The second being The Degenerates, which came out recently. I'm going to be reviewing that on my channel in the future as well. Starring Felicia Fisher with special effects by Jessie Seitz and Marcus Koch. So the film, the premise itself is a bit simple, with just the main focus being on the titular Barf Bunny, as shown in the photo here as well. Who sits down at a table and eats a meal, makes a big mess through what's in the title here. This film was created sort of as like a love letter throwback to films like Pink Flamingos, as well as things like Terrible Meal from Japan. Big fan of both of those films as well. I know some of you who know me in real life know that I'm a big fan of that type of gross out movie there, as well as being a huge John Waters fan. So this is a film I definitely appreciated for its sort of gross out humor, as well as the off the cuff improvised dialogue in it. So let's just start out with what I like about the film. So first off, the set design is really cool for this. It sort of feels like almost childlike or innocent, with bright colors. This pretty simple like coloring book, storybook, fairy tale sort of vibes there. The film is pretty low budget, but the way that they made it seemed like almost childlike in a way, which actually made it better, and it wasn't negatively affected by the low budget at all here. Felicia Fisher is fantastic in this as well. Being the primary character and the starring role in the film, she made me laugh throughout the film. One of the main reasons the film works as well as it does is that most of the dialogue is this off-the-cuff, improvised sort of dialogue, and she's hilarious in this. I was so shocked by how much I laughed at this movie. I'd seen Felicia Fisher in films from Sam Hell and A Baroque House in the past. Those are obviously not comedies. I am going to be reviewing some of those in the future, like Green Hell. But yeah, she's fantastic in this. Definitely brings a lighthearted tone and comedy to the film. Certainly carries the vibe and what the film was originally going for. They're trying to be more lighthearted, sort of a funny, gross out, funny, gross out, horrific little movie here. Really fun stuff there. I also really want to give a shout out to Jessie Seitz, and Marcus Koch with the special effects here. Marcus Koch has worked on films like the American Guinea Pig franchise, as well as Jessie Seitz doing the same thing. She's also doing the new American Guinea Pig film, which I'm very excited to check out when it comes out, American Guinea Pig Chum Bucket. Felicia Fisher is also going to be part of that, so that's going to be something to check out there as well. The gore effects in this film are fantastic, though. Some of the best in modern horror, and not just the extreme horror underground, just horror in general. Absolutely loved the special effects in this fantastic stuff. Really liked the gross out element of this. I'm a fan of the films that sort of inspired this, like Terrible Meal and Pink Flamingos. Those do tend to be on different sides of the spectrum as far as what the films are trying to achieve, but I am a fan of both. I'm a big fan of gross out cinema and bizarre erotica and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely appreciated this film for that as well. Liked all the bright colors. Really fun, funny, entertaining, breezy. Great special effects. The sound design was surprisingly good. I heard some people before when they were reviewing this talk about the sound design being lackluster in some parts, but I really didn't get that. It was shot really well. You can definitely tell that Jonathan Doe knows what he's doing when he's filming these scenes as well here. It really does feel like a love letter from a fan of this type of movie, and you can really see the passion, the energy, and just a sort of very creative atmosphere on the set of this. Yeah, so I really appreciated that. Whenever a filmmaker has fun making the film that they are producing, I always have more fun with it as well. Yeah, this feels like very alive, very vibrant, just a really fun movie. And Felicia Fisher, speaking of her, I'm sorry, in the head role here, she's definitely a name to look out for now in modern extreme horror, being in many of Sam Hell's films, like I mentioned, Green Hell, as well as more Baroque House productions like Spit and Fluid Fields. Big fan of her. She's definitely becoming a figure to watch out for in that, and anytime I see her in a film or see that she's starring in something, I definitely would be more likely to check it out. So, yeah, just want to do a shout out to her. Great stuff there as well. As far as dislikes, I'm sorry, guys. Nothing really to mention here as far as dislikes go. I mean, there are maybe slight technical issues towards the end of the film. It could have even just been my DVD. Sort of a change in lighting between scenes that was a little bit off, but nothing that even remotely takes away from the film at all. Actually, huge fan of this. I've seen it a few times since I've gotten it. Enjoyed it both times. There are two cuts of the movie on here, with the fetish gore cut and the medophilia cut. I've seen both. There's not a huge difference between the two, but for fans of this film, I think you should check out both of them just to see which one you prefer. It's a really fun movie here. Really like the release as well. File Video Productions has put out a lot of good stuff, like Renee Wiesner's Pulp Films, as well as Mondo Siam, as well as Carving the Cadaver. Symbolicus Volume 1 and 2, big fan of all those as well. So yeah, Barf Bunny, highly recommended film. Should definitely go check this out. I'm going to put some links to buy this in the bio, as well as giving links to the social media of everyone involved so you can check out their work. This really does feel like a collaborative effort more than a lot of modern movies. So I'm going to do a list of places you can find everyone involved with this in the bio. Yeah, check it out. I would give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. Big fan of this film. Really excited to talk about The Degenerates next, as well as the other films that Felicia Fisher has starred in from a Baroque house, because I want to do more talking about her as a rising cult figure in the underground community. Yeah, for fans of John Waters or gross out cinema like Terrible Meal, definitely check this out. Really great film, a lot of fun. Yeah, highly recommended. So the next review for the channel is going to be Sam Hell's Green Hell, also starring Felicia Fisher. You're going to see that in the following week, doing a few reviews of films that she's been a part of. Really looking forward to talking about those as well. Everybody just go check out everybody that I mentioned in this film. I'm going to put some links in the bio. And just like always, I've been Herschel Gillis. No thoughts, no planning, no brain cells. This is cinema's worst reviewer, Herschel Gillis, and you have been watching Shock and Schlock, and I look forward to everybody coming back to see those reviews later on. I really appreciate everybody that's helped me get to this far. I know that I only have around 25 subscribers, and I know this is the end of the video. A lot of you aren't even watching at this point, but yeah, to everybody that's been subscribed since I've been here, I really appreciate all of you. Same with my Instagram followers that are coming here to watch the videos. I really appreciate that. All the filmmakers that have given me pointers, as well as the interviews here. So really enjoying this experience with everybody here, and I look forward to talking more about the films that I love, shedding some spotlight on creators that I really think deserve it. So thanks. I'm Herschel Gillis, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Signing off.